helps deal with the
TNC Predators turn.
Hey, we saw this yesterday. I have a sneaking suspicion what that fourth pick for Secret's gonna be. And it's really good as well with the support duo. Like whenever you have these heroes that have gap close, you throw the Ink Swell onto them, and now you have an AoE stun attached to this waveform. It's just so much damage, so much control. And how do you play Oracle? How do you play Prophet with so much threat?
Sven for TNC.
Into Morphling.
Yeah, which they banned last time when it actually looked all right.
It's a good hero against Lone Druid, however, which they might be expecting Secret to go for here. And I also, this is the thing, and this is partly why I respect Puppey as the best drafter in Dota right now. When you compare the way his team plays to the EG, really. EG, they find what they think is good, and they stick with it. It's partly why I feel like they have such an easy time. Like, they make it to the late days of the tournament, but they can't win. And part of that's because teams like Secret, they're evolving. It doesn't matter if they crushed yesterday, right? They demolished OG with this first 2 Lone Druid. They're not going to come out the next day with the same thing. You can't truthfully prepare for them properly, and they're stealing from other teams at this tournament. They won the game, but they played against a Grimstroke Morphling, and talking with Minimum, he's like, yeah, that was ridiculous. So they pick it up here. Looks very powerful. The immediate troll pick to come out as well. Very good against the Prophet.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I feel like Secret have like 5 or 6 different bases that they can start from, and most teams have maybe 2, sometimes 3 if they're really lucky or good.
Yep, and they build upon that base as the tournament progresses.
And so they don't need to come back to what they won with. They can go to another go-to winning strategy.
5 seconds remaining.
Exactly equal reserve time, 118 for both teams. TNC's last ban. You're thinking about what Zai is going to play here?
Dude.
Mars still in the pool.
Yeah.
I am fairly certain that'll be the decision. It's a Mars or it's a Pango. Some kind of mid-game team fight.
Disruptor.
Exactly.
Both of those heroes were in the groups loads. Like,
yes.
It was like every game either had a Mars or a Pango. It felt like.
That's the thing. You're banning all these heroes, but it feels like you're not even putting Secret onto some B-tier lineups, you know? These are easily A or S tier for Zai.
Team Secrets, TNC Predators.
Oh, even better. Okay. That's tons of sustain, and now you've got 3 cores that are nigh unkillable. TNC is going to be on a clock for certain, and remember, the Heavenly Grace is not dispellable. You can purge the GA as the Oracle, but that massive amount of status resist, HP, it's perfect for the Troll, who most likely will not have to build a BKB in this game because he's consistently going to have that Grace on him.
That's what we, similar, not the same, but it's a similar line to what we've seen with EG run.
And if I'm TNC now, you need some game breaker. You need, honestly, something like a Tinker. You need a Tinker. I would say something like Storm, but you just don't have damage. And like Blitz can elaborate on this later, but you just won't be able to kill things here.
Yeah.
And Sven takes too much time to come online. You need something that helps you in the mid game and just is a turret of damage. Perhaps a sniper could be all right, but against Morphling, I'm always scared. You're just giving away shrapnel. You could Medusa perhaps, but again, just so slow. You already have the Sven. You need something that provides tempo and pace for your draft. Death Prophet would be nice once again. I'm just not sure that's an Armel specialty. But I'd like to see TNC itemize and build and draft to win this game, or at least have a critical advantage by 20 minutes. Otherwise, I think it's going to be a repeat of last game, and really a repeat of Secret Series against OG, where they just equalize and eventually outplay.
Well, he's played Prophet, played...
Choose your
Well,
there you go.
He's going to pick the sniper into the morph regardless.
Well,
it solves some of the problems, Kyle.
They
Not all,
beat
but some.
EG with it, so maybe they're, go back to what
Look,
worked.
it's more their style, and at least it's a faster hero, right? If it's Medusa, I say GG. But with the sniper, with the Prophet, you've got a lot of long-range global mobility. And it also is a hero that doesn't take Ancients, sticks on lanes. It'll give a lot of space for Gabby to farm jungle. But I just have to favor Secret. I think that when you're playing sniper into Nisha's Morphling, I just can't. I can't put money on TNC here. Like, I think it's Secret 80-20.
All right, good stuff. Thanks very much, gents. Time to get into our game then. Game number 2, all on the line as far as TNC's tournament history is concerned, because they have to win this one to stay alive. Let's see whether they do as we rejoin Cap and Blitz.
Well, I certainly hope it's not an 80-20 chance here for TNC as we see them loading up here for Game 2. We all want to see a Game 3, and more importantly, I want to see TNC actually take a strong game against Team Secret. That last game was just a little sad to watch. I mean, we stalled out the game for a while, but then they just didn't win a single fight. I think Team Secret won like 4 fights in a row, and then the game was over.
And that's sort of like the secret of Team Secret. It's just, you don't really expect it. It just sort of ramps up much quicker than other teams expect. One moment, the game feels like it's 50-50, sometimes even in the other team's lead. And all of a sudden, the game almost feels like it's boring. Like the pace of the game is just going the way that Secret wants, and then they just bludgeon you, and the game's just over in 2 team fights. Yeah. And suddenly, whatever lead that you have, you're behind 15k gold. And that's what happened in the last game. Like, they were up 2k, they win 2 fights in a row, 15k, they've taken racks.
TNC have drafted themselves the Sven, who has an 83% win rate at this tournament, and also the Sniper, which they managed to beat Evil Geniuses with in their previous series. So, Blitz, what do you give their chances for the draft? It seems like our panel was pretty skeptical of it.
I mean, they have an active lineup, something a little bit more high tempo than the previous game. That's what Sven does for you as a carry, is he just runs in. He starts fights for you. He's a very good frontliner.
Meanwhile, though, Team Secret have that combination of late game where they've got this Morphling plus Troll. They have a lot of tankiness thanks to the Omni Knight. I mean, their 2 cores are very tanky as well. The Earth Spirit is a 4 position, actually stats up pretty well. So if you use the Omni Knight with those heroes, it's definitely going to be hard for TNC to pull out enough damage to get any kills. And then on top of that, Team Secret also have the combination of the Grimstroke and the Morphling for that double, or later on when you get the triple adaptive stripe, the triple shotgun blast.
The battle begins.
We're gonna start off with, they thought about it, but then realized that YapzOr rolled in, it would probably be to his doom. So TNC will actually take the first 3 bounties of the game.
Similar to what they did in the previous game, but yeah, this is a completely different look, I'd say, for Team Secret. Zai's not really on a heavy playmaker this time around. He's on something a little bit more defensive. He's going to allow his other 2 cores, in fact, to get early leads for him.
Yeah, he's got to play a bit more of the back line. He cannot afford to get stunned up and bursted down, similar to how Mind Control played it for Team Liquid.
Yeah, and
they do have the counter to the Inkswell. AU can just keep on throwing out those blasts, and while the Inkswell will still explode, it just won't be able to get that big buildup of damage and stun duration.
I will say that this is a completely different style that TNC, by banning the Enigma, have forced out of Secret. YapzOr is on a much more aggressive hero. Lately, it feels like we've been watching him play a lot more farmers, just because of the playstyle that Secret have shown so far, picking the Enigma firm repeatedly, allowing him to just push waves with the CM. This time around, he's picking a hero that is just all-out aggression. He needs levels to be able to farm like YapzOr likes to. So it almost feels like a catch-22, because YapzOr is also a very good roamer.
Getting the stun off, mid one. I'm gonna stay outside of that Inkswell range. They're gonna roll in onto the Sven. Mid one is quite low. They're gonna try and get the treants in front of him, and they got it. First blood for AU. And this is, I mean, looking at these lane setup, if they actually lose this tri lane, it also means the Earth Spirit is locked down into this lane. Eventually, I'm sure he wants to roam onto the Sniper mid. But then also, I again don't know if Sand King is going to win this 1v1, since we've been optimistic about it before, and he's lost so many times. But I would assume you do well against him, right?
Yeah, I'd imagine that you beat most melee heroes. That Mars versus the Boxy versus Chalice matchup seemed like it was a little bit of an anomaly as Puppey making his move onto Armel mid with the stun off too, but doesn't really have the damage, and Nisha really too nearby as Tims is going to snipe the courier.
Nice pickup by Tims.
This is a very clean start so far for TNC.
Yeah, his Nature's Prophet helped win that bottom lane with the first blood. Doing good body blocking now that he's got the level 2. Pick off into Courier helps win that lane.
All three of the cores farming very well.
Are we changing lanes for Team Secret? It seems like it. Troll is now at top, and Zai is running down to bottom lane.
The downside of making this switch, though, is that the Sand King has such a big lead that he just kind of runs at you now.
Yeah, I don't think he cares. Like, he can win the 1v1 against Troll, and Omni Knight, who's lost experience, finally showing up to this lane. I don't think they're going to win their aggro tri lane either. So Team Secret are going to have to dual lane from here on out.
And this is the kind of start that you want against Team Secret. Up 2k at 3 minutes. All three of your lanes going very well. Zai already getting zoned out. This is what they wanted to try to avoid. And he's really the only player on his team right now with considerable CS, but that'll change here in a second as they're going to make a move on Armel. Does get hit by the stun.
Kick him over to the side, but Armel is going to be fine. I think YapzOr was aiming for the angle where he would knock him into the river.
Yeah, and if that happens, he most likely dies there.
Yeah. Or at least he's shoved out of the lane for so long that it'd still be a big win. Could see it in the CS board. Top 2 CS. Now, mid lane's a little bit rougher, though. This sniper is about even with this Morphling. The more that he's afraid of YapzOr, the farther back he's going to have to play.
It's really this top lane, though. I don't think you can touch Cuckoo here.
I don't think so either.
He's brought himself 2 sentries, too. He's got a big level advantage. He's already level 5. And we've seen what Sand Kings with levels can do. He's standing right under the sentry ward. Doesn't know that it's up, but with the Helm of Iron Will, it's going to help a lot against the physical damage of the Troll, too. He's going to drop his own sentry, and if he finds Puppies, it's going to do it for the lane as Armel.
Oh, and managed to dodge. Throws out the shrapnel. It's going to be slowed down by YapzOr. Another round of shrapnel. Nisha's quite low. They're going to try and get him with Tim's tower.
He goes the other way.
Going for Nisha. It's going for YapzOr. Instead, Armel actually jukes it all out. Nisha's still going to be quite low here, but it's the Earth Spirit who will die. Nisha, if he needs to. Well, he actually doesn't have enough mana for waveform, so they can just keep on hitting him over and over and over again. He's going to TP back now, but, well, he does have plenty of regen coming in on the courier still. Another win there for TNC.
Yeah, he just stood under the shrapnel. Nisha started to realize that he wasn't going to be able to deal enough right-click damage because he was strength morphing so high.
Yep.
And so he disengages off of that YapzOr. At that point, he has to hard commit to it. Very nice rotation from Tims. And no panic at all from Armel.
3,000 net worth lead in the first 5 minutes of the game. That is pretty good. For TNC, we're going to see triple Wraith Bands into Tread.
Third time.
It's going to be left. Oh, the roll-in's going to miss again, Armel. He doesn't even have like a ward or anything around this area. He just always seems to know when to play back against this Earth Spirit. Even better, he just dodges the roll-in so many times.
That is going to be the 3rd or 4th time that YapzOr's gone for it with no success whatsoever as mid one. Thought about getting aggressive, but with 3 levels of Sandstorm, he's got to be careful. Does not want to stay here for very long.
They also lost their sentries, so.
Yeah, and this is the best laning phase that I've seen somebody have against Secret in this playoffs.
Absolutely. Puppey, he was spotted there, so that ward is probably going to get denied. Tim's
Once
right
again,
place, right time.
YapzOr hanging around this mid lane, but not really able to find too much. He's level 3, so his levels haven't suffered too bad, but not the kind of start that you want, especially against this squishier hero. You want to be able to punish the sniper, and that's the frustrating thing is when you know you're not punishing squishy heroes like this, like the invokers, like the sniper, because you know that they're naturally more greedy. When are you going to punish them?
Especially since what I love about this is TNC's winning the laning phase, and they've got a support Furion. Support Furion is so hard to play the vision game against because he just shows up somewhere deep on your side of the map, gets wards down. Then TNC should have a vision advantage for most of the game as well.
Yeah, and their offlaner right now has his level 7. He's pretty much got that Veil. much further ahead than Zai is. Only level 5 himself is YapzOr. I think he's a little bit lost right now because I think he expected to be able to get those kills mid and just sort of snowball that lead for his Morphling. And now he's in this weird position where he doesn't really have a kill lane. He doesn't want to go top against the Sand King, who's over-leveled and over-farmed. This bottom lane, Oracle, Sven, you're not getting any kills there. So it should be the sniper.
It's already been denied so many times.
Everyone's just getting levels right now. And
he went to bottom lane because he saw Gabby was low, but Gabby pops the healing salve. Oracle's even going to give him a little bit of healing here. They do have a dust. Going to get rid of that Phantom. And again, like cool, you can fight Sand King super easily. Like level 1, level 2 Sandstorm. But these higher levels, even if you have the vision, you can't really fight in that AoE.
Yeah, if Cuckoo is in trouble, you just pop your ulti. Save the stun for when he pops the Battle Trance on mid one.
Yeah.
Turn around, get the kill.
Looks like they did try and go for the Sven. God Strength, farm through that hard camp stack they had going on there.
It's always the mid to late game though that's scary to play against Team Secret, so don't count them out just yet.
No.
It's that crazy explosion of violence when they start taking team fights as 5.
Now, is this Handamitis because TP out, AU? He wants to die, but he won't. Successful TP away. Is it because he's going to try and like play the early Blink Dagger timing, and he wants to make sure, similar to how Ursa's do, right? How you continue to farm up because you have a Handamitis, or you think he's just trying to use a good laning phase to get further ahead?
Use the good laning phase to get further ahead. Because I think you had the right idea if you were TNC last game.
Yeah.
You can play this passive style and then just try to match their tempo when it comes to team fights. And their lineup is much more suited for it. And part of it is that they finally got rid of the Enigma. The teams are just giving that away to Secret for free so far, including TNC. They had the idea because you had to have known that Puppey was going to take Enigma Tide, and he won't take the Tide unless he's got the Enigma now.
It's funny, it's like they thought they had the answer in the draft. They was like, I saw Vengeful Spirit Rubik. I was like, all right, I think you double countered the Enigma. That should be enough.
We never saw it.
Never saw it. Never saw like a successful Black Hole steal into turnaround. I don't think we ever saw a Vengeful Spirit swap that actually stopped a Black Hole.
Yeah, they stole Black Hole once and weren't able to use it.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things, because you're playing off the fact that you feel like Secret's predictable. So you're saying, would you do all this draft practice at night? You say, they're going to take Tide Enigma, what's our counter? Like, do we want to give it to them? And TNC probably said yes. Is they're going to make the move? Nisha
Oracle might be able to save him here. They're going to actually threatening to go for the Oracle in the back line. YapzOr's actually going to continue. They do still have the Burrow Strike up on Kuka, but they no longer have the vision of him. He's slowly taken out here, tries to go for the Burrow Strike away, but it's spotted. Sitting Sandstorm on top of Sandstorm. He was slowly going to die. Very smart play from Nisha.
An exceptional fight.
That is always a problem. And like, this Morphling, your 4 and 3 positions, they're always a good pickup for a Morphling to turn into one of those heroes and just amplify that hero's power. Hero's going to be running around Burrow striking Sandstorm.
I mean, the early game, you don't even need the ulti. That's not even that big of a detriment to the Morph to not have the SK ult.
Yeah, because Epicenter is like one of the weakest of his abilities. They're going to get another silence onto Kuku here with Inkswell as well. Nisha is going to wait for him into him. But he doesn't have the morph option anymore. That's still on cooldown for a bit. That's part of the reason Kuku felt confident being able to stop this tower push. Unfortunately, his Sandstorm isn't in the position to immediately deal with the Siege Wagon. Nisha is going to tank up some of those tower hits. Kuku repositioning his Sandstorm so he actually forces that the heroes away, kills the Siege Engine. Meanwhile, the rest of his team going for a 4-man push at top.
Our mouse come for this too.
Zai, thanks to that divine favor.
And you talked about it in our other cast that Secret love defending their tier 1s more than any other team. But it is going to go down, and Gabby, he's getting aggressive here.
The Assassinate wouldn't be enough to finish him off, so he holds on to it for now, maybe thinking they're going to go for Zai instead, but the Dispel of Fortune's End in that hold is easily countered by Zai's own strong Dispel, the divine favor.
right now, I think that Secret's lineup lacks the ability to fight. You have this Earth Spirit, but he doesn't really have anywhere to gank anymore. So he just needs to sort of farm. Yeah. Which doesn't feel good as Earth Spirit. You can't really enable kills on any of your cores, I feel. Like this Morphling just wants to do Morphling things, split the map. Troll wants to do something similar, and Omni Knight obviously can't really get kills going. So for Secret to get kills, they'd have to get into these like 3-on-1 engagements like they had against Cuckoo. And that's why we see YapzOr just farming, because I think he's realized the pace of the game has just changed.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And he's trying to get that Spirit Vessel, see if he can counter the Oracle as best as possible. $4,000 net worth lead now for TNCs. They've built it up. You can see the Earth Spirit having spent most of his time trying to gank the mid lane and hanging out bottom just because going on the Sand King top was never a part of the game plan.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Fortunately, we are going to see a Vlad's this time for TNC.
Oh, they needed one so badly in the last game as 13 minutes in 2-1. Seems like TNC, this was their plan all along today.
And we'll start getting active. This game will definitely pick up pace as soon as we get the Blink Dagger from the Sand King. Cuckoo is very close to it right now.
Pull roots and run.
Yeah, and if anybody's going to get aggressive coming into the 15+ minute mark, it's definitely going to be TNC.
Happy with the passive laning phase, but...
And they have double Midas right now. I guess this is one way to do it against Team Secret. Take away the Enigma, go for these greedier double Midas lineups, because the Enigma makes it so that none of your cores ever feel like they can play Dota properly.
Right.
Like your melee cores are always afraid. YapzOr plays a very good Enigma, but by taking it away, forcing him to play the Earth Spirit, you can play these drafts a little bit more far back.
Radiant's bottom tower has
You
fallen.
can see the payoff timing. It's going to be probably a good 10-minute window before they finally come online. So these items are a little bit of a detriment to the fighting power of TNC right now. So even as we have that Blink Dagger, TNC may just be trying to look for individual pickoffs and stuff like that. And he's going to find Puppey inside of the trees with the Sandstorm on top of him. Unfortunately, Puppey has enough time to be able to TP away. He's good there, but the double damage on Gabby does mean an opportunity. See if they can take that mid-tier 1 tower nice and early. Nisha did spot the sniper though, managed to morph into him. That just gives him the full shrapnel charges and very easily defends the tower.
Radiant are scared.
Maybe they wait for it to be down though and try to go for it again as Tim's with a very nice Sprout has a Vlad's. Looks like they're gonna get 3 of the bounty runes again.
Yeah, I mean it is a very hefty cooldown, that level 1 morph. So poke it mid lane with that double damage. He morphs. Now that it's on cooldown, you have a better chance of taking that tower, especially with the Siege Wagon coming in.
So the tower's getting really low, and it is going to fall. TNC take it. As again, they're just playing off the fact that they've got a double Midas. They feel like they can be more passive here. They can support all 3 cores as a result of this. They can just stick their Sand King down here at bottom, where the creep wave pushes into him.
It shows what kind of advantage that they have, that they go for double Midas and yet are still 1 step ahead of Secret when it comes to taking objectives.
I think it's because Secret just can't fight them right now.
Yeah.
And you have mid one who's going for this Battle Fury. This is going to lead to another like 5-10 minutes of just farming for him. The Morphling doesn't want to fight. So now you've got these Team Secret supports that are very aggressive, but they have no moves to make. They're also just sort of relaxing.
Pretty much everyone has an even or winning record on this event. Except for Format.
Or Lasse.
Lads is up for Tim's. Probably gonna have a play.
They're gonna
here.
fight bottom.
Smoke up.
They're gonna TP the NP in after he pushes in top.
Yep.
They're gonna run into mid one right here.
They want mid one. They can't really burst him down quite fast enough. They're going to do a lot of damage to him. There's going to be the soul bind. No one gets close to the Sand King. They're now going to save him with that false promise, and that'll buy some time. Gabby's going to go for the backline of YapzOr, who does manage to get a roll away. Mid one, who's now that his battle trance is faded, they do manage to get a save from the Guardian Angel, but a big burst of magic damage comes out from Armel. Now Secret going to go for Zai, but Nisha trying to get on top of Armel as best as possible. Shrapnel getting thrown down. That's enough of slow. Now the epicenter's out. Cuckoo sees the opportunity to go for the turnaround. They're going to go the burst down. Armel does it again. How many times has Armel survived with just a sliver of HP, kiting Secret in before turning around and batting them down 4 dead on the side of Secret? 7,000 net worth lead and a tower to be taken.
That was so well done by TNC. Gabby just runs past, understands that he's the tankiest hero in the game. He's got to create space for his sniper. They set that fight up beautifully while the tower push is going on at top. So Secret isn't quite ready for all 5 heroes to be down there, and they get completely wiped. And TNC, I mean, they're showing we can also play the greedy game. They're saying to themselves, what we messed up on was we weren't greedy enough. We needed Midas heroes. We need at least one form of team fight. Cuckoo, don't play Magnus. Play this Sand King hero that can just get in there. It's okay.
And very importantly, don't give them the auto-win team fight.
Yes.
Don't give them that, I mean, especially with the Enigma, allowing you to win the laning phase despite playing 4 versus 5 because you have YapzOr totally free farming all the time. Just really well done by Armel here. As soon as he spots Nisha, he's like, that's the end of my aggression. I have to back away. He's always going to go for me. And then Cuckoo, I mean, he just sets him up for that opportunity.
Yeah, there was 1 second left on that adaptive strike. He was so tunnel visioned in. And look at Armel just tantalizingly close to being in reach. And this has to be so frustrating for Secret to play against.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, their 2 supports have to be bored out of their minds. There's nothing for them to do. They have 2 cores that just want to continue to farm. You saw what happens when you try to take these early game fights against this lineup. Gabby's really farmed at this point. Like, you're not fighting this Sven. It's what's so scary about him. The mid game, he owns it.
Armel pretty much single-handedly has made this one of the worst Earth Spirit games I've seen for just like what he can do in the game. It was pretty much in the lane. His option was kill the sniper, and because Armel played it so well, he never gets the kill on the sniper. He ends up falling behind as a result.
He took away any semblance of a game for YapzOr by not dying.
Yeah.
YapzOr dies once there. He tries 3 times, strikes out all 3.
That Wrath of Nature is going to be able to push out that bottom lane. The long-range assassination hits mid one. Still, it's Battle Trance. He's going to go for the TP out, knowing that there is no Burrow Strike still. But that's okay. I mean, they don't need to kill that troll. They still successfully defend bottom, take that tier 2 top. Now they're going to go for the fast kill onto Puppey before the Inkswell could even go off. He's going to morph into the Sand King to try and catch Gabby. So damn fast, though. Maybe YapzOr can slow him down. Manage to get the cake with the boulder. Silences him up. BKB activated. TP's out. So they got a tier 2 for a BKB charge. That is a great trade-off for TNC, especially given the positioning they got off of that team fight. Means all 4 bounty runes. A massive win. 9-1. When was the last time you saw Team Secret get shut out like this?
It's just, again, the nature of their lineup. By last picking the Omni Knight, this is sort of what their game was going to be like. I would have much preferred the Mars or something more aggressive for Zai.
Yeah.
Like we saw in the other game that they played against OG, where he's able to do something and suddenly you have 3 heroes on the map that can be this roving death squad. And again, it all comes down to being able to enable your supports. It's okay to play this Enigma and have Puppey sit back when you've got this condition that forces the enemy team to be under pressure at all times. But when you have this Omni, Earth Spirit plus Grimstroke combo, it's very good team fight, but it's not very good at ganking. None of them can really set up for the other. None of them can burst down this Oracle before he gets his ultimate off. I still see a way in which they can win. Like the Guardian Angel obviously being very good. They could just have this Morphling or this Troll at some point. They'll get a Blink Dagger and get on top of the Sniper and 2-shot him.
Yeah.
But at least for this mid game, it's going to look really rough for Secret. And they had to have known that with their lineup. So the idea
is TNC, they don't have bad high ground hitters either.
Yeah, that's
the Sven who can commit really well to taking towers, and then the Sniper who just pokes at it non-stop. They're going to be able to catch the troll. Let's see if they can burst him down before the battle trance, and they will. That last swing comes just in time from Gabby. Even still, even if he does get off the battle trance, I don't think he dies there. Or I don't think he is able to live and get out. The Sven would just be so tanky anyway.
He's gonna get a blood. Oh, a Daedalus actually.
Just faster burst damage, trying to cut down these heroes before these very important abilities like the morph, turning into another hero and getting another health bar. Like you've got the Heavenly Grace as well as the Heavenly Grace as well as the Guardian Angel from the Omni Knight.
Tim's is really farmed too. He's got a full pipe. YapzOr trying to build a BKB for himself. But this might be the lowest net worth that I've seen YapzOr at ever. This phase of the game.
Yeah.
Normally much higher. And TNC have just done such a good job in the mid game. Plus again, Armel. All the props in the world for him literally never getting picked off.
Troll chasing down Sven right now, or at least chasing him away.
1-0 and 5, hasn't died, survived all the gank attempts without a mid ward, we should remind you.
Yeah. I can't believe he didn't have a mid ward.
And mid one's gonna go for the BKB because I think he realizes the situation his team's in. He can't opt to go as greedy. And it just doesn't feel like, in a way, it doesn't really feel like a secret S draft. Something that they've done to win a lot in this patch, which is, and the last like 10 patches. Give mid one a hero that doesn't need a lot of farm. Allow him to create space on the map for everybody.
Yeah, the double late game carry into a passive offlaner is perhaps a little bit questionable from Team Secret. You've got these very active supports that could do a lot, but we already talked about how YapzOr's game was kind of ruined by Armel, so as a result, nobody from Team Secret is able to make a whole lot of moves.
Again though, who knows when this morph gets 6-slotted and this troll is able to get a blink dagger and just get on top of the sniper. That's when the game changes, but we're a little bit away from that.
Armel's net worth could definitely be countered pretty heavily just by having heroes on top of them. They do have some good team fight items for this early mid game. The combination of both the pipe as well as the Warcry is going to make this sniper quite tanky, so Team Secret still needs some more time. That's the thing with these Wraith Band builds for the OD and the Sniper and these sort of heroes. Just the full stats means they're surprisingly tanky by the time they get to the 20-minute marker.
Puppey gonna ink spell TP himself out of there as everybody from TNC was around the area. For TNC, I guess the question is when you decide to take Roche.
Could definitely be the way that Secret comes back into the game. Being able to interrupt a Roche fight, get some sort of good soul bind in that allows them to get multiple adaptive strikes. Thought about the Blink Dagger, gets the point booster for now for the Aghanim Scepter eventually. But they found Nisha farming up this jungle area thanks to the aggressive wards that have been laid out by Tims. There's never really a super safe place for Secret to be able to hide. Just keep farming up again. All the bounty runes, almost all of them. Only one of them picked up for Team Secret this time.
Sven still has a 9-second BKB. Only time he used it was at top to get out.
If he gets an AC, combination of that, Warcry, if he manages to get just stay with the troll, and when he's forced to pop battle trance, he just tanks that damage.
Hmm, 25 minutes in, 12k lead for TNC. A very casual 12k lead, it feels like. It just sort of happened. So we've only seen Team Secret really oblige them with one straight up team fight.
Only once before in the history of Team Secret organization have they had this few kills at the 25-minute mark.
As an entire org.
So that goes all the way back to the Puppey Arteezy Team Secret.
So in 4 years,
Kuro.
this is the slowest pace that they've set. Only once ever.
TNC setting up for a fight here in the bottom lane. They do have an Arcane Rune. Cuckoo teleported onto the creep wave before it met up, so I don't think he got spotted. And again, is Furion getting the aggressive vision in. They've got the vision onto the side. They know where these heroes are. They're going to be able to catch him out here. Puppey is dead. Would have liked to see a bit more, but I think just killing Puppey is enough for them to take this tier 2. Team Secret immediately moving to the other side of the map and trying to push that out, knowing they can't team fight.
It goes to show you both how impressive Secret is for not ever getting in these kinds of holes, but it also makes it even more impressive what TNC's doing.
Yeah.
The fact that they're able to shut him out like this, not give them any opportunities for kills. I mean, it's been, what, 14 minutes since Secret has picked up their kill?
So Furion very defensively. He's positioned himself, so he's kind of defending that mid tower. Look at this. He's actually going to run the train away to make sure that Cuckoo can successfully boot to travel in. They're going to be able to get the Scrum block as well as that Burrow Strike. Min one forced to pop his BKB and teleport away. That was a super sick move there from Tims and Cuckoo.
It's going to be the data list completed by the Sven too.
Again, they've got the heroes to like commit to a tower push like they did with the bottom tier 2 while simultaneously defending. Sand King was up at top lane. Can't really push in that tower with the Sandstorm. And Tims, he just summons Streams and pulls the creep wave off the tower at mid.
Yeah, Gabby's going to pop his ulti. There is an E-Blade now completed on Morph. I have to imagine that's the timing. Secret want to take a fight right now.
You can't just
that's why they go for the smoke. But
35 minutes, it's too late.
That was their timing. They finished the E-Blade. They must be thinking to themselves, guys, we're not really waiting on any other items. Like if we're never gonna fight, like they'll just continue to outfarm us because they have map control, they have the double Midas, so they're winning an XP passively too. Secret's still sort of looking for a fight. Maybe they run into Cuckoo here. This would be an ideal pickoff.
Absolutely, and they do manage to burst him down super fast.
So Secret double up their kills.
Does that mean they're strong enough to be able to take a fight at mid lane in a 4 versus 5?
I don't think so. But they're gonna go for it anyways.
They're trying to set up right now.
YapzOr gonna run into Gabby here, who doesn't have his God Strength, but still. The aggressive jump in from Nisha, trying to find the backline. He wants to try to get one of the supports out.
Yeah, if he could have found the Oracle or something, somehow the BKB goes out from Gabby. Slow down just a tad. They've got 30 seconds till the Sand King's back up, and apparently TNC, they're scared.
Yeah, they're not gonna risk anything.
I can understand that though. I mean, if Team Secret is willing to take that engagement, at this point, you should just peel, give them the tier 1. You don't want to throw away this game by taking a 4 versus 5.
I think what it was is they didn't have God Strength.
Yeah.
If they had it there, I think they 100% fight.
Oh, because you used it for Roshan, right?
Yeah, and so, I mean, you either need the BKB or the God Strength. You had one, not the other. Now you've got a Basher on Troll. Again, I think it's unlikely. I'd say this game is maybe 85-15, and I might just be spotting Secret 5% here.
Just because they are who they are.
Yeah.
30-minute bounties coming up, TNC. I mean, what I love about that is they don't take that team fight, and who cares? Like, 2,000 net worth exchange, you're just going to get that back, because TNC, when they're back to their full 5-man, get the map control once again. Eventually, they're going to start getting more bounties than you. We already talked about how the Hannah Midas is passively giving them an advantage as well.
Yeah, but it's also the fact that you want to take a fight with this Aegis as Gabby picks up the DUD.
That double damage. Do so much to mid-1 here. They're just going to guide around with a Burrow Strike. They do manage to get the Guardian Angel off an Aghanim Scepter. Assassination wasn't. No, he didn't think it was. He had BKB, he had Battle Trance as well. Now Gabby coming in still with that double damage rune, wiping out YapzOr. Gets to that back line. Look at that, the Blink double Burrow Strike. They're going to be able to catch both these heroes potentially. Maybe with the Inks well, Puppey can get away. He does manage to get a Soul Bind on the 2 heroes.
They're going to keep chasing.
So they can't keep chasing right away, but they will be able to get that Blink. As soon as the Soul Bind is away, cuts him down. 1,900 damage crit from Gabby. And let's go and bang on a tier 3. Team Secret are either going to be forced into buybacks. They're going to have to call it a day and just give up the mid lane of Barracks. They do have this bottom lane push coming out from Nisha.
He will not push as fast though, and he's got to consider coming back right now.
Yeah, because Cuckoo was playing out of vision. So he was afraid that the Sand King at the time was TPing back and was going to try and catch the Morphling. So he doesn't get that sort of free tier 3 damage now that he's already teleported back. Cuckoo shows himself. And looks like we're looking at 2 lanes. Maybe Team Secret will try and catch them on the way out, but it seems unlikely, especially without having Soulbind. man, really just well set up by TNC, man.
And part of that, it comes down to two things. It's Cuckoo's patience, and also the hard commit onto the troll, who had Veil on him. Guess he didn't notice, wasn't willing to pop his BKB, thought he could get away with the greed, and then his team just gets hunted one by one. Cuckoo, you notice that he had the stun for free on the Grimsoak, but he lines it up to make sure that he gets both targets, leading to both their deaths. That's going to be the double set. Just well done from them overall. They were so patient in this game, even though they had the aggressive lineup. They're like, we have double Midas. We can take all the time we want in the world. It's similar to their concept last game, but instead of having Magnus, this time around you've got a Sand King who can actually make active plays around the map.
Let's indulge a little fantasy, William. Let's say that TNC, they're just not able to push for a while. For whatever reasons, their computers freeze up. Team Secret get the chance to farm up. At what point will you finally say, all right, Team Secret are strong enough to fight? Is it the Scotty on the Morphling? Do we need more items than that?
You need more.
A lot more?
Yeah, it's really just their support duo that's got nothing. That's the biggest downside, because the Omni doesn't do damage, so you need at least one of your supports to deal damage.
I'm a bit surprised that Sven didn't go for the Stormhammer Dispels in this game. But he's now got the Stormhammer cooldown. Level 25's coming up soon. Look at that, they're preemptively setting up so they can get the Burrow Strike into the hold. Actually didn't want to be close enough to the Troll, but look how much poke they have against this Troll. He's already left to pretty much no HP. He's going to be forced into the BKB. They're going to try and go for the Oracle here. He's going to zig. False Promise himself in the back line. Puppey's already dead. Gabby now going to man up on mid one. They do have the Guardian Angel though. Gabby's super tanky. He could just survive through this for a while. Gets back into the high ground, but Team Secret, Cuckoo going back in. He really wants to go for mid one again. The assassination who's back up. Now slowing down YapzOr, rolls away. Nisha's dropping low and fast. They do manage to finish up on the night. Nisha has no extra help. He's stuck inside the river right now. Slowed down by the guy, and Scotty just turns and finds Armel, knowing that he can't do anything. This is going to be Puppey going down last. Only a buyback on Troll, so Team Secret call it here. TNC, a clean win, 21-2. That might as well be 21-0.
That was a stomp and a half. That was so well done by TNC. They chilled in the laning phase. They set it all up. When Secret was forced to switch their lanes, I felt like the game was done.